everybody, and welcome to Shark Jump Inc. I'm Corey.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Shelby.
And my gout flared up.
And today, we are talking about the video games that would make the best movies. Welcome back to Shark Jump Inc., everybody. Today, we don't really have a format for any of our videos. This is not a knockout. This is not a jump the shark. We're just kind of just talking about stuff today. Going back to our old discussion videos. But today, we are talking about the video games that would make the very best movies. And we all have prepared 2 video games that we think would make good feature films. We have an audience today for some reason. This is not going to be a regular thing.
Clap and cheer.
They just
We
want to
got a live studio audience.
Shelby, she's been on the video before, and Maddie.
Who playing on our phone.
Yeah, there she is. She's kind of clapping.
Yeah.
All right. So, who wants to start?
I'll start. So my first video game that I think would make a great movie, it's because it's been in the talks to be a movie, but I don't think anything's going to come of it, at least not now, would be a Halo movie. And because they have just such great stories, like really interesting stories, and it'd be like really like, if they edited it correctly, it'd look like a beautiful, like really cool film. Like with Blade Runner 2049 just came out, and like just how good that movie looks. But just
Have you seen it? Is it good?
It's very good.
Oh, okay.
Shameless plug.
Just go look at our other video. But anyway, it's just like it could look very cool. Obviously, in my opinion, you'd have to bring back. I already forgot his name. Steve Downs, I believe is his name. The man that voices Master Chief. I believe that's his name. You'd have to bring him back to voice Master Chief just because it's so perfect. Like just how he sounds. Like he's just like this like gritty man that's been through so much. Mm-hmm. And obviously I would hope that we don't show who he is in this movie because we don't need to see that. Like that's not something that needs to be done.
It kind of portray the whole character and everything that he's kind of stood for and all again.
Exactly.
No, like I think that would be a great idea. I think we're a little bit past that point. Like I think a Halo movie would have made like $1 billion, like maybe like
Halo 3 Tom.
Yeah. 10 years ago. But I think we'll get it eventually.
I hope.
Yeah, Master Chief, you just have the guy voicing it, and you just put generic wrestler guy,
just huge dude,
inside the suit. No, that's a great choice. I love that. My first game it's kind of a popular franchise, but like it's kind of still a little bit under the radar. I'm talking about the Mafia franchise. Mm-hmm. The Mafia franchise focuses on mafia dealings, if that wasn't obvious enough. I'm mainly talking about like the second and third game. I unfortunately have not played the first game. Second game is really kind of like that Italian, like New York mafia kind of thing. Guy's name is, I'm pretty sure it's Vito.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. Like
Vito Scaletti, I believe.
There you go. Or Scaletta.
Scaletta, something like that.
Woo!
One of those two.
Yeah, anyway. So that would be a nice little Scorsese crime picture. But what I'm kind of thinking of is this last game, which is kind of like a revenge story. Like a black man goes against like the Italian mafia in New Orleans, which I think is just like such an interesting setting for like a mafia kind of like project. And I'm kind of thinking like a beefed up, like intense Michael B. Jordan for that, which I think that would be kind of awesome.
Because the guy in the game is just huge, like
he's massive,
man.
like a defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. It would be a unique setting, a unique feel. And I didn't really love this last game. Mm-hmm. I liked the second one a good bit. I didn't love the last game, but the story was there. Like the gameplay might have not been there. That was the problem. The story was always there, and I think that would translate into a good like feature film.
Cool thing about the setting is because you actually get 2 settings. You get the city, and then also in the video game there's like the swamps and all that. So that'd be like a really cool thing too.
To explore like the bayou.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you have, Shelby?
Okay. Well, my main one is was a popular game that has already been tried for film adaptation. It's BioShock. You know, BioShock was attempted back when it came out by Pirates of the Caribbean director Gore Verbinski. But at the time, it was just too expensive and too ambitious. And as we've seen from Blade Runner 2049 not doing well at the box office, big, expensive rated R films don't tend to do well at the box office. But I think we should still attempt to do this with BioShock because it's got a great setting, an underwater utopia, well, then becomes dystopia. During the 1960s with just mutant people mutated by sea slugs, and lots of different themes, like about Ayn Rand and different structures. The main character is Jack, but you can kind of put anyone in that role because he doesn't say much.
He's an audience type character.
Yeah, he's an audience type character. And director-wise, it would have to be someone similarly ambitious, like a Denis Villeneuve for Blade Runner 2049.
This whole game's gonna be a Blade Runner.
Oh, I will bring it up,
like
trust
that.
me.
Yeah.
I was literally going to say Denis Villeneuve for my next one. This literally was.
I would say
No.
he's an audience character like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. There you go. That's all we are now.
We talk about Blade Runner.
We just talk about Blade Runner
Yeah.
2049.
Or Gore Verbinski.
Yeah. So my first one that I'm going to bring up is it was a childhood favorite, Spider-Man 2. I think that would do great as a movie. No, I'm kidding.
You know, I think we're going to stop having you on.
No, all jokes aside, I think a movie based off of the Red Dead franchise would be very successful. Like, I know they're not as big as they used to be, but westerns are very cool movies in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked the western, the whole cowboy, like, shoot 'em up kind of thing. And I feel like that would be very easy to make with the right kind of people. Obviously, if this was the classic westerns, Clint Eastwood would be ideal, but he's obviously too old now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be great in a director's role for it, though. He showed that he's very capable of directing quality movies, and I feel like his insight with past projects would be great for this. And the actual role of John Marston, though, I would like Keanu Reeves in that role.
I find that really interesting.
Yeah,
really,
I agree.
I like it. I do.
I think, I know it might put off some people, but I feel like he showed that he can play a very serious character with, the John Wick movies. He's done very successful at that.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah, very, very serious in Bill and Ted. I just feel like that's something that he could show that he has. He's proven that he's a lot better than people give him credit for.
I'm just thinking of like, whoa, man. Gotta rein in that cattle. No, but like, and westerns are even back right now, so that would it's kind of the ideal time to do that, and just with that property and that name brand, it would do good, like, box office and everything. Okay, so we're gonna go one final round with this. Caleb, would you like to start our second round?
Yeah, sure, I guess. For my other game, I would say Infamous. It's a PlayStation exclusive game. I used to play a lot of PlayStation. I love the PlayStation, or like the Infamous franchise. I haven't played the third one, though. Heard good things, though. But the first two games follow a character named Cole McGrath. And in my opinion, I feel like the perfect Cole McGrath in my movie would be Jason Statham. Yeah, so you all agree with that?
Cold, hard as nails,
Exactly.
bald.
Yeah, bald. That's the main thing.
He already looks the part.
Like, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
you just have him, that and Hitman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah. But he just plays like Cole McGrath's like this really cool, interesting character. He gets kind of thrown into this like position of having to be like this different but insanely powerful person, and he doesn't know why it happened. So that's what the first game is him kind of like discovering why. And then the cool thing that happens in the game that obviously we won't be able to do in movies is there's like a decision tree to where you can be like evil or good, but some way like kind of make like you can either have. But basically what I'm saying is the character can be like moldable, so you can either do like Infamous as he's the good guy, or you do Infamous as he's the bad guy, and that's something that'd be like really interesting in the movie.
No, yeah, that's a very interesting idea. I love Jason Statham playing that role. My second thing is The Witcher 3. I mean, I guess you could turn this whole thing into a franchise, but if I had to have one specific Witcher movie, it would be the third one. It would just be a beautiful, like, dark fantasy movie, and that's kind of in right now with Game of Thrones, so, like, it's kind of like Strike While the Iron is Hot. And it's just, the characters are in it are so, like, fleshed out. I just really think you would just have to transfer this, like, almost word for word from the game, script-wise, and I think it would translate very well. I was going to say Denis Villeneuve, but because Shelby took that one, I'm going to say that because the material's already there, if you give Guillermo del Toro, like, this like, script and this palette, I think he could do, like, wonders with, like, the monsters in The Witcher and, like, the environment and everything, and I think it would be really interesting.
Yeah. Not to mention they're actually making a Netflix series off of The Witcher, but it's more based on the books than the games. Let's see. Well, jumping off with fantasy video games, we've got one of the big ones, The Legend of Zelda. It's just it's just surprising that this hasn't really been made into a movie yet, and you have so many different games. You've got Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, Twilight Princess,
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask the best.
And the new Breath of the Wild. All these could be translated to pretty successful.
Or even something original.
No, I was talking about which one's the best.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. Not all of these could be translated into great movies. It would just be a nice, clean fantasy movie, which we really haven't had a lot since Lord of the Rings came out.
That's what I'm like, whoa.
More like a good fantasy
Yeah.
movie, or a good fantasy franchise for that matter.
Yeah.
And it would just be.
Chevy remembers reviewing The Dark Tower a few months ago. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Masterpiece.
No.
Stephen King's best movie adaptation.
Anyway,
Lost my train of thought. But yeah, it would just have a really great scope and also some great characters. A young Link, if you wanted a little 10-year-old Link, I think Pierce Gagnon, who was the kid from the Looper, I think he'd be pretty good. If you want an older Link, though, I think you can't go wrong with Taron Egerton, though.
that would be pretty cool.
And for my director, I'd say, I mean, he's done it before, so I'd go with Peter Jackson.
It's a nice deep cut with Pierce Gagnon.
Thank you.
Anyway, Dallas, your last thing.
So my second one would be some kind of adaptation of the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved those games growing up because like the story was always so in depth with those. All sorts of great like storylines, characters, like plot twists, all kinds of just really interesting things. I don't really know if I'd want to direct it though, to be honest. You guys any suggestions on that?
Denis Villeneuve.
Does he direct everything now?
And I'm fine with that.
Should be a good action director, probably. Like, what are some good action directors?
One of the John Wick guys.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
do a good job with that.
But so I had this joke idea is you could do Old Snake and Young Snake, and Old Snake perfectly portrayed by Clint Eastwood, one of my personal favorites if you guys can't tell.
Yeah.
And Young Snake would be his son Scott Eastwood.
Love it.
But as a more middle-aged, he's not really a middle-aged actor, but Christian Bale for Snake as a steady age throughout the whole movie. I feel like he would give a quality performance for it.
No, you could go a lot of places with Metal Gear with just what the stories they kind of tell and all the different timelines and everything.
And the themes.
You could tell a singular story, or you could branch off into like this huge franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
And everybody loves war. I mean, it sells.
I thought you were talking about like War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
I'm saying like war sells. So I mean, people are gonna go see that.
Like, thanks. Anyway, that'll wrap us up for today. We have all talked about 2 video games that we think would make fantastic movies. Now, join us Tuesday when we review, I don't know, some sort of Halloween movie we haven't decided yet. We don't plan these things in advance.
I'm going to spoil the first one.
Finally, follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google+, our website. Stop laughing every time I bring up Google+. It's a social media.
How often you check Google Plus?
Never.
Exactly.
Every time I
For all we know, we're super popular on there. We just don't know it.
Comment on YouTube. Do that. And go to our website. Always really proud about our website. And we're paying money for it, so please go to our website.
Please.
And so yeah, that'll wrap us up for today. As always, this is Shark Jump Inc. Hey everybody, and welcome to Shark Jump Inc. I'm Corey.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Shelby.
And I have rabies.
And today... I'm like really staring at me.
I know. I can feel it.
I don't like it at all.
I can just feel the judgment.
See me, I get no shit.
Shelby's just over there playing on her phone.
I'm trying to find out when I can watch Riverdale on the CW
She's
app.
been invited.
See, but I think of Clint Eastwood. I think of old Clint Eastwood. It's not exactly the epitome of sex appeal.
Are you kidding?
Gran Torino, look at him.
Yeah, Gran Torino. Look at him, Caleb.
That's recorded.
Yeah, it is.
Now you need to
Expect to see it Saturday.
now you need